Have you ever had a promise with someone, a secret pact? It felt like it would last forever. This is a story about a promise, a bridge, and a love that was tested by time and fate. It's the story of Ilara and Leo, and the bridge of forever. Their story began on a misty autumn morning, right here, on this very bridge. Ilara was an artist, sketching the weathered stones and the river flowing beneath. Leo was a musician, his guitar case slung over his shoulder, lost in a melody only he could hear. He stopped, captivated not by the view, but by the way she captured it on paper. A conversation started, hesitant at first, then flowing as icily as the river below. They talked for hours, sharing dreams and fears, feeling an instant connection that was as rare as it was powerful. As the sun began to set, painting the sky in hues of orange and purple, they made a pact. No matter where life took them, they would meet on this bridge, on this exact day, every single year. They called it their Forever Bridge. For the next 5 years, they kept their promise. The first year, Ilara brought a finished painting of the bridge, a gift for Leo. He, in turn, played her a song he had written, its notes echoing the story of their first meeting. The second year, Leo arrived with news of a record deal, his dreams taking flight. Ilara had just sold her first major collection. They celebrated with a cheap bottle of champagne, their laughter mingling with the sound of the city. The third year, things were different. Leo's tour had been grueling, and Ilara was struggling with creative block. They found solace in each other's presence, their quiet understanding a balm for their weary souls. The bridge wasn't just a meeting spot, it was their anchor, a constant in their ever-changing lives. Year 4, they brought photos of their travels, tales of distant lands, but their eyes told a simpler story. They were happiest right here, together. By the 5th year, their bond was unbreakable. They knew, without saying it, that this was more than a yearly tradition. It was love. And then came the 6th year. Ilara arrived early, her heart fluttering with anticipation. She clutched a small, velvet box in her pocket, a question she was finally ready to ask. The sun climbed higher, then began its descent. The usual golden hour turned into a deep twilight blue. Hours passed. Leo didn't come. Doubt, a cold and unfamiliar feeling, crept into her heart. Had he forgotten? Had something happened? She stayed until the last light faded, leaving only the cold glow of the street lamps. The bridge, their sanctuary, suddenly felt vast and empty. She left that night with a shattered heart, the unanswered question heavy in her pocket. The next year she almost didn't go. The pain was still raw, but the promise, their promise, pulled her back. She stood on the bridge, a ghost of her former self, hoping for a miracle. He wasn't there. For 3 more years, she returned. Each time, a little piece of hope died. She told herself it was the last time, yet her feet always carried her back. Her art grew somber, her canvases filled with lonely bridges and stormy skies. The world saw a successful artist, but her heart was stuck in a perpetual twilight on that bridge. 10 years after their first meeting, on the 10th anniversary of their promise, Ilara decided it truly had to be the last time. She needed to let go, to finally break the chain that bound her to this place. She walked onto the bridge, the autumn air crisp and familiar, and then she saw him. He was standing in their spot, older, with lines of hardship etched on his face. But it was him. It was Leo. A storm of emotions washed over her. Anger, relief, confusion. "Where were you?" she asked, her voice trembling. Leo's eyes filled with a deep sadness. He explained that on his way to meet her on that 6th year, he was in a terrible car accident. The crash had been severe. He'd spent months in a hospital, followed by years of difficult rehabilitation. He had lost some of his memory, including the specifics of their promise. He only remembered a bridge, a girl, and a feeling of profound loss. His recovery was a slow, painful journey. He had to relearn how to play his guitar, his fingers clumsy and slow. But as his body healed, fragments of memory began to surface. The melody of the song he wrote for her, the color of the sky on their first day, the name of the bridge. It took him 4 long years to piece it all together. He pulled a worn, faded photograph from his wallet. It was of the two of them, taken on their 5th anniversary, beaming with joy. "I never stopped looking for you, Ilara," he said, his voice thick with emotion. "Every day, I tried to remember. I knew I had to get back to our bridge. I had to get back to you." Ilara looked at the man before, no longer seeing the person who broke her heart, but the one who fought his way back to her through unimaginable pain. The anger melted away, replaced by an overwhelming wave of love and compassion. The years of waiting, the heartache, it all faded into the background. She took his hand. It felt like coming home. The velvet box was long gone, but the question no longer mattered. The answer was clear in their tear-filled eyes. Their promise hadn't been broken. It had just been delayed by fate. On the bridge of forever, under the same autumn sky where it all began, their story wasn't ending. It was just starting its next chapter. Their story reminds us that sometimes the greatest loves aren't the ones that are perfect, but the ones that endure. They are the ones that can withstand the silence, the distance, and the cruel twists of fate, and still find their way back to each other. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this story, please like, share, and subscribe for more tales that touch the heart. See you next time.